Is there something you want to know, Merle?
Yeah, there is something I'd like to know. Are you my friend?
The smile drops from his face, and he stands up, and I think he reaches at his hand with the fire, but he pulls it back down, and he kind of shakes his head, and he says, "What am I doing?" And he looks out the window for like a minute without talking, and he turns back to you and says, "To have friendship, Merle, it requires you to love someone and be invested in your shared happiness. And these things, Merle, friendship and love and happiness, they're all so small. In the grand scheme of things, Merle, they last a second. And I just don't..." What brings you happiness, Merle? I know that the game is over, but what brings you joy, Merle? Please, give me this freebie. Just tell me.
What brings me joy is life. I think you can find joy anywhere in life. I think it's a conscious choice. I think you choose joy in life. And no matter how bad things are, no matter how crummy, no matter how dark, you find joy. I've found joy, honest to God, getting to know you. I've found joy playing chess with you. I find joy whatever I do. I don't always do things right, and I don't always do things smart. But whatever I do, I find joy in it, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. It's looking back on the joy you had and the joy you found and the joy you gave other people.
I think his back is turned to you for most of this, as he just kind of looks out the window and he says, "I think there was probably a time where I had joy, where I experienced fleeting happiness or anger or fear, but God, it's just been so long, Merle. I used to spend my days considering the nature of time and existence. Maybe that brought me joy once, but unlike everybody else who ever thought about those questions, who ever pondered the meaning of it all, and you may find this hard to believe, but I solved it, Merle. I saw the fullness of time. I pondered eternity and was the first person and only person to successfully visualize its treacherous arc. He sits back down across the chessboard from you and he says, "You're a man of the cloth, Merle. Certainly you've wondered too about what awaits our consciousness after death," and he laughs. He says, "Perhaps for some people who think about it, there's nothing but infinite oblivion, the eternal erasure of your consciousness. Or for some, it's eternal life in their God's glorious kingdom, or eternal cycling through all the inhabitants of their world. Any of these options, Merle, any of them are just erasure or contentment or revival. Any of them are fine as abstract concepts. But eternally, Merle, eternally? You can't possibly conceive of the length of eternity, Merle. I have. It's maddening and hopeless, but it's this burden we're all saddled with from the moment of our creation. It's a finish line that, by its definition, will never arrive. It stretches forever and ever. It's too ambivalent to even taunt those trapped behind it. It is the cruel price of existence, Merle, and it is too horrible to bear once you've seen it. Existence, Merle, life, Merle, is horrible. To exist, to live, is horrible." And he kind of chuckles and realizes he got a little carried away there.
"I don't think I want to hang out with you anymore, John. I think I'm going to take off. And you can continue wallowing in your sadness and your oblivion and seeing nothing but the negative, and I'm going to go on my way. And I tell you what, if we ever meet each other somewhere in infinity, you can apologize to me and tell me you were wrong.
He chuckles a little bit, and he turns towards you and he says, I'm sorry you feel that way. You're the first person who I've sort of talked about this to who hasn't listened. Everyone listened, Merle. I'm not being hyperbolic. Every person in the world was swayed. I don't know why you're different, but everyone else listened. Everyone across our whole plane of existence. Our shared vexation with life covered the world like a blanket, and soon every bird in the sky and every tree and every forest and every blade of grass and grain of sand shared our fury, and it wasn't long before it changed us. And I think as he's talking, Merle, you see this scene outside, this constant orange sunset start to turn inky and black with these colorful ribbons of light that you've seen inside the Hunger so many times. And he says, we changed our entire plane into something new altogether, a single being fueled by discontentment, searching for something bigger than this existence regardless of the cost. He turns towards you and he says, you call us the Hunger? That's not entirely inaccurate, because we are hungry. But it would be more accurate to simply call us dissatisfaction. But soon, and he holds up his hand and says, you will call us ascendant.
Well, we'll see. John, thanks for the chess game, and kiss my ass, you sanctimonious bastard.
He frowns and says, I feel sad. And he kills you.